She's a girl who loved a man. A man who, in a flash, became a living threat to humanity. A danger so awe-inspiring that they tried to hide his existence from the world.
What happened? What made him grow?
Glenn Manning is growing from 8 to 10 feet a day. At the moment, he's 18 feet tall. Tomorrow, he'll be 26 feet. The next day, 35, maybe 40. And the next day...
But you've got to stop it.
I don't want to grow anymore. Day and night, scientists search, trying every experiment their brilliant minds can conceive, finding the expected, the unexpected, and the shocking. For the immeasurable power of this ever-growing mammoth portends a fate that terrifies the universe.
Drive it in hard. We have to penetrate the bone in the first injection.
Ready?
Look out, he's reaching down.
We want to help you to get well.
Manning's disappeared, Eric. We can't find him anywhere on the grounds.
Police Chief Benson has asked me to tell you to stay in your homes. Stay in your homes.
A man once loved by a woman, now feared by the whole world.
A 60-foot giant in the streets of Las Vegas.
And good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the 31 Days of Monsters, Day 18. We are moving along, aren't we? Today we're going to be talking about the Bert I. Gordon, not War of the Colossal Beast, The Amazing Colossal Man. It's funny, I did War of the Colossal Beast last year or 2 years ago, which was the sequel to this. And I didn't do this one first. I don't know why, but that's just the way it is. This is a fun B movie. This was shown when I was a kid. It used to be on Creature Features rotation and Thriller Theater and a couple of those, horror shows, weekend shows, all the time. This and War of the Colossal Beast. So this one's got a special place in my heart. The characters are really cool. You start to feel for Glenn Manning and what he went through. And, the effects are so-so, especially when he's tall and they've got him superimposed over things like Las Vegas and stuff like that. You could see like that shimmer around him. But as a story, it's pretty solid. And speaking of stories, one of the things I wanted to touch on was, now this has never been proven or anything, but you can't disprove it to me that Stan Lee and Jack Kirby did not see this movie, and along with Frankenstein and Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, that this wasn't an inspiration for the Incredible Hulk. There's actually the sequences when they're waiting for the plutonium bomb to blow. They're in like a dugout, and they see a plane crash on the field where the bomb's going to explode, and then Glenn Manning runs out to save the pilot. Now, in the original Hulk, in the first Hulk, here I'll share this. Oh, why isn't it sharing? Hold on a second here. Move. Oh, there we go. Okay, so this is from Hulk #1. And you can see Bruce Banner is in the bunker, and he's looking out, and he sees Rick Jones driving out there, and then in the background you can see the gamma bomb. And in our movie, it's an airplane that crashes, and he runs out there to save the pilot. Now here's the really interesting stuff. Here's a couple screenshots from the film and the sequence that Jack Kirby did from Incredible Hulk #1. You know, his clothes get shredded. You know, the gamma rays are penetrating him, and that's what in the lower photographs there, that Glenn Manning is getting irradiated by this plutonium bomb. And the other interesting parallel with the Hulk is that it wasn't established in Hulk #1, but it was established later on that the Hulk's sort of invulnerability is his cells are able to regenerate themselves incredibly fast. And so when Glenn Manning comes back, or they bring his body, he's still alive, but they think he's going to die because of all the radiation. He's got radiation burns all over his body. And like within 24 hours, his skin has returned to normal because the cells have repaired themselves. And that's what's causing the growing. And the Hulk grows, he gets bigger because his cells multiply, his muscles multiply, the cellular structure of his muscles multiply, and all that kind of stuff. And I just thought that, you know, even as a kid, I saw this and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is just like, I feel like I've seen this before. And then, you know, I realized, yeah, this is from Incredible Hulk #1. So that's another reason to love this movie, because Kirby and Lee liked it enough to use this kind of stuff in it. Did you guys ever see the sequel, War of the Colossal Beast? Well, at the end of this one, you know, he gets shot off the dam and falls. Well, he survives that fall, but now like his face is like half skeleton, you know, it's like real horror looking. Whereas in this one, he's just, you know, the regular actor, Glenn Langdon. And so they got makeup on him in the next one. And I sort of like that one because he couldn't talk in that one either, too. You know, he just kind of lost the ability to speak, and he was basically just a big, you know, monster. But this one's got a lot of heart because there's a love story here, and he's telling her to go on with her life, and she's being a loyal, you know, fiance, and you know, it just doesn't end well. So for a B movie, it's got a nice subplot. It moves along quickly. I mean, you saw the scene where he jabs him with the giant hypodermic needle, and then he picks it up like a dart and throws it into that guy. I remember seeing that on TV as a kid and watching that thing go right through him. I was like, oh wow, that's cool. But yeah, this is a good one. So I'm gonna rate this one. You know, it is a B movie. It's better than average. So I'm gonna give this one a good, I guess 6. I think this one's a good 6. So let's say hello to everybody who is here. Rick 1662 says, I like this, decent character development. JP Roca asks his question. I needn't read it because we all know what it is. What's good? Stealth X5 says, hello. Cigar Gangster is here. Marcus Kelligrew. Bloody Drake. Dragon Dancer. Couldn't they have found an actor with a better physique? You know, even as a kid, I thought, yeah, this guy is a little flabby. Spaceman is here. He likes this movie. Dragon Dancer says his toes were gnarly too. I didn't notice that, but I will take your word for it. That's one of those things that bothers me as well. Rob Fellows is here with a quote. I'm not growing, you're shrinking. Background noise is here. Man of War 665, Neighbor of the Beast says, hail amigos. Balletti Drake says it fits right in with the atomic era creature features. Absolutely. Rick remembers creature feature and chiller theater. Yep. There was also Thriller Theater, which was on at 4 o'clock Monday through Friday. I believe it was on WOR. And it only lasted, I think, a single season. But during that year, it was like my monster year. It might have been 1972, possibly 73. I'd come home from school and I'd, hurry up through my homework so that I could watch Thriller Theater. Because it was during the day, it was in early evening. So it was really cool. But like I said, I think it only lasted a year. Black Eye says the first few seconds of the trailer alone made me think of the Incredible Hulk. Rob Fellow says Kirby has better special effects. Yeah, at least Kirby. This trailer reminds me of The Incredible Shrinking Man. Now, The Incredible Shrinking Man is a far superior film. You start off with a Richard Matheson script. You have this existential storyline that ends it, and it's definitely a much more complex story. It's funny, it goes the opposite way. Better acting, better effects. So definitely a much superior film. But yeah, this is sort of like it's mirror image. Oh, well, yeah. I agree. Dr. Mask is here. He says, I'm late. Like this movie and liked Incredible Shrinking Man more. JP Roca says, hey, power to him, flabby or not, he had the balls to do the movie knowing he would on half screen naked for most of it. Yeah, Hollywood in that era too, people weren't working out like they are today. They weren't you never saw you rarely saw that type of ripped body. Charles Bronson had it, and it was natural for him. But, even like guys like Errol Flynn, obviously athletic and in good shape, but they weren't, very well defined. And I think this actor was probably 40 by the time he did this movie. Spaceman says, great little movie. Dr. Mask says, hey, leg kick. He's saying how to leg kick one. Okay, I think I got everybody here. I really ought to call my list up before I do the show so I know exactly what we're doing tomorrow. You guys probably know more than me. I watched a couple movies over the last couple of days to get caught up or get ahead of things because Monday through Wednesday are sort of tight on time because I got the Kings on Monday nights. I've got the Professionals Tuesdays, and I have the Landing Party on Wednesdays. And then this past week was super busy because we launched Escape from Monster Island. So I watched Salem's Lot and The Vampire Lovers. So I got those in. And actually, tomorrow is Salem's Lot, the 2024 version that just came out on Max. So that's what we'll be talking about tomorrow, my friends. Leg Kick 1 says there are many scenes in movies taken right from comics. They borrow from each other. Oh, absolutely. And vice versa. Early comics used to steal stuff from the comic strips, where that was the big leagues back then. Anybody who worked in comics was slumming. What those artists and writers wanted to really do was write for the strips, because that's where the money was. There's a funny story about Phil Davis, who was the artist on Mandrake the Magician back in the 1930s. And he was friends. A lot of those cartoonists live in the Connecticut, New York area, and would socialize and see each other up at the syndicates and stuff like that. And one time, Alex Raymond, of Flash Gordon fame, was over, and he saw a page up on Phil Davis's table, and it had Mandrake and had a horse on it. And Alex Raymond says, "Hey, that's a nice looking horse." And Phil Davis said, "Well, you should know. I copied it from you." I'm sure it was a homage. I haven't heard good things about 2024 Salem's Lot. Well, we will be talking about that tomorrow, won't we? You will hear some good things, and you will hear some bad things. All right, my friends, that should do it for today. Salem's Lot tomorrow. And I will leave you with Escape from Monster Island trailer, because that's live now. It went live last Tuesday, as you all know, and it's doing very well. We want to get that up to 6 figures, young lady, quickly. The faster you can get to those things, the better the campaign will do, all told. I think we're at, let me see how many backers we're at right now. 631 backers. We're at $36,570 raised. So it's getting to the point where we can cover some costs. So that's a good thing. So until tomorrow, my friends, we will see you then. Oh, wait, we got one more. Oh, that's just Rick clapping his hands. Thank you. And we'll see you then. Have a great one, guys. Bye-bye.